Another day, another project, and today's project, we're doing an oil change for science. Now, if you're familiar with this generation of Mercedes, in particular the M272, you'll know that the oil viscosity that Mercedes recommends is typically like a 5W40 or a 10W30, somewhere in that range. This is a 5W50, and the reason why we're going thicker is to hopefully solve that knocking noise at idle with the collapsed lifters. So let's talk about that for a second. A super common complaint about these cars and these engines in particular is that once the car is fully warm and idling at about 700-ish RPM, there's a knocking noise, a rhythmic knocking noise that occurs on typically the passenger side of the engine, the side that I'm currently on, and it's typically from the front of the engine here. The general consensus online, if you research it, is that it's a benign noise, it doesn't hurt anything. There's been plenty of 250, 300,000 plus mile M272s with that noise, and nothing bad has ever happened, no like excess metal in the oil or anything like that. But the general consensus seems to be that it is assumed that it is the hydraulic lifters that the camshaft pushes against that is causing that noise. What's happening is that at that low of an RPM, the oil pressure is just low enough to not fill that hydraulic lifter with oil, and so it collapses just a little bit, and so when the engine's running, there's a little bit of space between the camshaft and the actual valve that it's pushing open. So the hope is that with a thicker oil, we increase the oil pressure just a little bit to get that collapsed lifter expanded fully at idle, but time will tell. Let's do this oil change and we'll figure it out. So here are all the parts that we're going to use for this oil change. We're running a can of LiquiMoly's engine flush through the engine to help us get all the old oil out. Typical cartridge oil filter from Mann, and the Molygen 5W50. Reason why I'm using this oil in particular is because I typically run the Molygen 5W40. That oil is MB229.5 approved. This one technically isn't MB229.5 approved, but I suspect that has to do with the viscosity, not necessarily what's in it. So I'm hoping that this oil being ideally the same as that as far as additives go, but just slightly thicker, should give us the same levels of protection as whatever MB229.5 requires. Why I'm using LiquiMoly to begin with is because FCP Euro sells it. If you don't know, FCP Euro is an online retailer of maintenance parts for European cars, and they have a lifetime guarantee on all the parts that they sell. Meaning, once you wear out a part, buy the replacement from them, sell the one that you bought originally back to them, and they'll give you a credit. I've used FCP Euro for everything on this car, all the maintenance items for this car to help keep costs down, and it's coming in clutch. I've tracked every single cent I've spent on this car since I bought it. If you want to see a video of breaking down the cost of owning this car, as well as how I'm tracking everything so you can apply it to your car, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to make that video. But enough yapping, let's get wrenching. Now, LiquiMoly says you're supposed to bring the engine up to temperature first before adding engine flush, but nobody's got time for that. So I'm just going to throw it in. We'll run it for the 10-15 minutes. By then it'll be fully warm, and then we can start the oil change. Alright, let's start her up. So hopefully during that you could hear that knocking noise that I'm talking about. So while this is still hot, I'm going to go ahead and change the oil. So I've gone ahead and put 7.5 quarts in. Capacity is at 8, so I'll go ahead and run the engine for a few seconds, let oil circulate everywhere, top it off, and then we'll do a sound check. So, does running a thicker oil shut up your noisy M272 valve train? I'm gonna have to call this one busted. As you saw in the last clip, the knock is still audibly there. However, it might be at a lower pitch, it might be a little bit quieter. I don't know if that's a placebo in my wishful thinking, but one thing I will note is that as I get on the gas, as the RPMs cross about 1,000 RPM, the knock does go away. I forgot to record the same sort of test before I did the oil change, but I do vaguely remember that the same thing would happen at 1100 RPM instead. So maybe the thicker oil does have some merit to it, maybe it's just fresh oil, maybe it's at a proper level now. I'm not entirely sure, but the knock is still definitely there. Let me know in the comments if you guys have this issue with the noisy M272. If you don't, let us know all your oil information or your maintenance routine, or if you fixed it, let us know. Well, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Go wrench on your own projects, and I'll see you in the next one when we're back in the Mustang.